Right then, this is a quick walk around video for probably one of the cleanest CR-Vs anywhere in the country. It's absolutely stunning, this car. It's a 1.6 SR diesel, facelift model 2015, and it's covered just 29,000 miles from new, with a wonderful service history attached to the car. Finished in silver, half leather interior, which is standard on the car. Well, I go around the car, but there's not going to be a lot to pick on, if anything at all. Front of the car, still fantastic on these cars. Lights and lenses clear and intact, there's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, there'll be a microscopic stone chip somewhere, but you have to look extraordinarily hard. Near side of the car, absolutely smooth down the panels, no indentations. Near side front alloy, one that takes all of the bashing, and I can't see a mark on it. Near side rear alloy, again absolutely unmarked. And the back bumper corner, blemish free, same with the rear bumper. And the offside of the car, again it's just pristine, it's absolutely lovely. Offside rear alloy, again can't see a mark there. Main panels and remaining wheel rather in beautiful condition. It's, as I said, it might well be now 10 years old. That looks like a car that's about a year old. Coming to the back of the car now, absolutely cavernous boot, and again it just looks almost factory fresh here. Coming to the back, wide open rear doors, enormous amounts of legroom, and I've got the front seat set for me, and I'm 6 foot tall, so it's about as least as amount of legroom as you're going to see. It's got this gorgeous Alcantara leather interior, and kids sit in the back of these CR-Vs normally like a play den and destroy them, and yet that looks like they've banished kids from it. Coming to the front and passenger side, lovely and clean. Footwell area likewise. Passenger seat again looks like it's hardly ever been sat on. And we come around to the driver's door card, again unmarked. Driver's seat, a car that's 10 years old regardless of the mileage, in beautiful condition. Inside the car now, engine's running, so the dash is illuminated. Again, it just looks like new, it's incredibly clean there. The sat nav working exactly as it should. The car's reversed with that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors, which you can hear there. Coming down, it's just wonderfully clean. The dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 29,451 miles, and there are no warning lights on the car. This is an exceptional example. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SR diesel. The car's registered PX15UKB. Mileage on the car, as you know from the walk around video, just 29,451 recorded. The reason we do these videos very simply is just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that actual car in operation. The reason being, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which look absolutely fine in the photographs or a description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive along. And that can be really frustrating, especially if you've kind of driven any kind of distance to come and see it. It's also done on these very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. So with such a low mileage and such a lovely history, you'd expect the car to be good, and it is in every single sense. So if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, feel free not to do so, because there's going to be nothing to report, and I've driven it already. Engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines are just a brilliant diesel engine. It's got all the trademark qualities of a Honda, so it's incredibly tough and reliable over very big mileages with just good regular maintenance. They're cam chain driven, there's no cam belts to worry about. I do apologise, it's a bit glary, so the sun might peek away in a second. So yeah, there's none of that sort of rubber belt stuff to worry about. But almost more than that, it's just the way it drives. It's so smooth, quiet, it's got plenty of power, and of course very, very economical. It's a wonderful unit. And unlike some of its competitors, which can be quite peaky, can have very narrow power bands, this pulls from very low revs but keeps revving, keeps pulling. It's very broad in terms of its power band. Engine then feeds into the clutch and gearbox. The clutch, of course, bites exactly where it's meant to. It's nice and smooth in operation. And then you come onto this gearbox, 6-speed manual gearbox, which is just brilliant. It's what Honda have always done really, really well. First of all is the positioning of the gear lever. Your hand falls naturally to it just there, nothing like down here, and the angle of change is perfection. It's short and throw, it's got a lovely sort of snappy mechanical feel to it. It's exactly how a gearbox should be, and one you actually enjoy using rather than feeling as though you actually just have to use it. And it feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, just zero weariness at all. Then coming on to the steering and chassis, which has always been one of the trademark qualities of the Hondas. It's just such a car-like car to drive, and that's not always the case with cars like this of this era. Some can feel very kind of commercial van-like. This has got steering which is beautifully weighted. It's accurate, it's precise, it's reasonably quick for one of these types of cars. Honda, make no bones about it, this isn't set up to be sporty. It's not that kind of car. It's set up for family use, but to be enjoyable to use day in, day out, and it does it brilliantly. And the steering is a big part of that. It also tracks dead straight without any vibrations at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit. But it works wonderfully with the chassis, because ultimately this is a family car, so it's set up to be comfortable and get you and your family from A to B smoothly, and without feeling as though you're jarring on the roads and sort of lots of bumps being transmitted through it. It does a brilliant job of that. The problem with that, of course, is that if you go for something that's very softly sprung, as soon as you start going around corners, they wallow and pitch, and they're awful. The CR-V is the opposite. It manages to be very comfortable, yet has brilliant body control, and that's quite often overlooked by the motoring press, who all they look at is can it go around a corner sideways in a four-wheel drift, and then if it doesn't or won't, they call it boring. It's not very sporty. This is so accomplished for the type of car it is. It's a heck of an achievement, actually. Also worth pointing out, there's absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle. It shouldn't be there, all as tight as a drum. The brakes on the car are fantastic. We've checked them earlier, but they bite really well. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so all in very, very good order. And then we come to the interior, which is expected of a Honda, is quite beautifully put together. As you know from the walk around video, it's in absolutely astonishing condition as well. But when you get in the car, first thing you notice is you've got a really lovely driving position, really supportive seats, pedals, steering wheel all in line. There's nothing sort of sitting askew, anything like that. But the other thing that immediately strikes people is just how good the visibility is in the car, and that gives you lots of confidence driving them. So all around 360 is brilliant. You've got huge wing mirrors which help with your lane changing and manoeuvring, and also you've got a very low dash line in front, so you've got a really good view in front, so I can actually see the bonnet, which on a modern car is a minor miracle, actually. But also the fact that the dashboard, whilst being very, very well equipped, is a car you can just jump in and drive. Within 2 or 3 days of owning one, you've mastered it. Generally speaking, it doesn't intimidate in any way. Sat-nav system, Garmin based, very easy to use. And then down below that, you've got Honda's dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you want to. that pumps out absolutely ice cold air. Checked that in a nice warm workshop earlier on as well. All of the switch gear, whatever you twist, press or otherwise, of course, has that very high quality feel that you get from Honda cars. Heated seats, again, checked, working perfectly. And then in front of me here, you've got a relatively simple dash binnacle. Detailing of the graphics are really good, so when you look at it, you take the information in very easily and quickly, so you can sort of get back to looking at the road. And finally, you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, which is in lovely condition like the rest of the car. As I said at the start, the car, you know, it literally, and I hate it's such a cliche in the motoring trade, but it does apply to this car. It literally just drives like new.